Welcome back, everybody. We have been talking for a while. We wanted something smaller than our large boat, larger than our two kayaks, to do some saltwater fishing, inshore saltwater fishing, as well as some bass fishing in some of the lakes around Florida and the rivers. We didn't want to we were thinking about getting maybe a flats boat, and then we decided, a little too much money. We didn't want to spend that much money. So we figured we would get a basic John boat, the size we wanted, and then fix it up the way we wanted to fix it up to do some bass fishing and stuff. So this video shows you what we got, what we did to it, how we did it, and the end result. So hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. This is a boat we purchased. It's a 2022 1448 Crestliner with a 20 Mercury on it. This boat was well kept. It was like brand new. So we decided to get this one instead of a new one. There's a bunch of changes we're going to make. And there's a couple of changes I've already made before I started the video. I already installed 2 seat bases and then a storage box. I also put backing metal under here. That's I think like this is 6x6. I think it's 13x13, and over there to give it a little more support. In our center section here, I'm going to put flooring in, and I have 1-inch insulation right here that goes between the stringers, or the ribs, whatever you want to call them. And then up here I'm going to put the floor in as well, but I'm also going to extend this deck back to right here. And I got a trolling motor mount made. Mount the trolling motor up here, cut out right there, put my trolling motor plug. Then once it's all the aluminum work's done, I'm ordering some C-deck, put on both seats, the floors, the deck, just to make it a little more comfortable and quieter. Here I'm making brackets to support the floor along the seats. As the video goes on, you'll be able to see where these will be located. I had plans to run the floor under the seat. However, the next rib was about middle way of that seat, and I had no way to get to it to fasten it down, and I didn't want it vibrating and rattling. So I just stopped the floor at the seat, and that's the purpose of these brackets. All right, now we have the foam in it. Measure and start cutting the floor. The reason I didn't run those brackets all the way across is I wanted somewhere for the water to escape that deck, so if it rained, we didn't have water puddling in the middle of the boat. I had to leave the middle bracket out of the left side right there because there's a live well there, and I didn't want to drill holes into the live well.
Perfect.
Okay, got that one done. Now we're going to go to the front floor, get that done, and then after that we'll start extending the deck back. Got to make a couple of brackets. already got them made. Just got to figure out where to drill them and get the right height in. And then we'll start putting the floor in. Here I made the brackets a little longer, but I couldn't put the last rivet in because of the live well. That's located in that center seat.
Yeah, putting the foam underneath it before you put the bracket worked well.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have a blue floor in the storage compartment. How exciting.
Alright, so now the front floor is in and fastened. The deck's going to come back to about right here. So you have this room to put your feet if you sit here. And then this is going to come up and go back into this. This part wasn't bad. This part was a little more complicated because of all the angles and bends and everything. It's not as perfect as I would like it, but it is where it is. This one, God, is good. I'm using 1.5 by 1.5 aluminum angle, 1/8 inch thick, to build a frame for the extended deck. I originally wanted to weld all this together, but instead I decided to use screws and pop rivets. That way, if somewhere down the road or somebody else ever bought this, they could remove it without cutting and grinding. I'm making these little L brackets here to attach the upright supports to the ribs in the boat. We're getting the framing done. Pretty sturdy. Still got no support to put over there and a couple of legs, but it's coming together. Everybody else. Can you hold that like that? Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. We got the front deck framing done. And we got to make a battery box. So on to the sheet metal. It's Saturday morning of Memorial Weekend. We're not too crazy about going out with all the people that's going to be on the rivers and stuff this weekend, because we go during the week when we have it to ourselves. So we want to finish up the John boat, and This is where we left off Friday. So we have the floor in, we just got to fasten it down. We got the deck framework done. All the framework part of it's done. So we were going to close this piece off, and then we decided to leave that open, and that way we don't have to cut a lid in the top. But we're all going to put something across the bottom here, just so when we put stuff over in there it won't slide out. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. And then we've got a trolling motor mount. We got to mount up the front and mount the trolling motor. We got to build a battery box to go under there so the battery won't slide around. But it's coming along rather nicely. Yeah, close as I can. I had to bend notches so that I could bend this to match the bottom of the boat, and then I had to bend these out so when I put it, this is on an angle a little bit and these need to be straight.
Put it down here and show me.
So see?
Oh yeah.
That'll be a lot better support than those two little ass things there. So, gotta take the screws out, drill the
Show the other side where you've got the pop rivets. I can't see it from this side.
See these two little pop rivets? But they'll break off, and I'm worried about that piece right there actually popping off and rubbing against the bottom of the boat. So I'm gonna make a little bit better bracket. Got the bracket made, just got to put it in now. I didn't like the way I had this support mounted the first time, so I made this mount to do a little bit better job of holding that support, because that support's also going to be where the seat base is, so I definitely want that to where it won't move around. Alright, so we got the battery box mount made. That's in. And that's it. So now we will start the trolling motor mount before we mount the deck. That's going to be the last thing we do. Nuts. And they're not working out like I want.
They're not working out like you wanted. Look at that fanciness right there. And right there.
Travis doing Travis things. What you doing?
Riveting in the trolling motor bracket.
Well, we've got part of the quick disconnect for the trolling motor mounted. Travis is working on mounting the base main piece on the trolling motor, and I'm getting ready to pull this back off to tighten this up and put a plug in the end of it as soon as Joanne gets back with the plug. Deck's on, screwed down. Trolling mount's all done. We're just waiting for some wires so we can run the wires, and then we'll mount the box and the trolling motor. We got it all cut out, everything's drilled, everything's fastened. We can't put it back until we get the wires. Alright, trolling motor's mounted. Yep. And we did put a quick disconnect on it so we can take it off if we just want to go riding. And put a plug in there. And yep. So we're about ready to go catch some fish. We still got a lot left. Having fun? Mm-hmm. And the little gnome over there. 7 o'clock, calling it quits for today. We got the deck on, got the trolling motor mounted, got all the wiring run to the battery box. Got the hole cut for the other pedestal up here, and then we started cutting out the C deck, but I guess we'll start putting it on tomorrow. Trolling motor mount came out pretty good there. Travis wanted to get a saltwater version, so if we're going saltwater, we're good. That's it for the day. Here's underneath the deck that we added on, and I mounted the 60 amp breaker for the trolling motor right there. Battery box is going to go right here, and then you can see the bracing that I made for the actual pedestal. We got that mounted in. So we're good under here. Alright, we got the deck pretty much finished. A little rough around the edges, just a little bit, but that's alright. It's a John boat and a fishing boat. It ain't got to be perfect. Not one of your $100,000 bass boats, that's for sure. But it serves a purpose, and that's done. That'll be nice. So now we're going to do across the seats, that floor, and probably this floor here. It's kind of pretty. Just happened to be the color of the metal. Yeah.
Good deal. All right, well, we'll keep you posted. I'll send you some pictures.
Got the main floor screwed down. Already have the C-deck cut. So we'll clean this up with acetone and then put the C-deck down. Mark it, please.
So what you doing now?
Making a little piece to go across the bottom to
I'll keep stuff from
sliding out.
sliding out. Pull it all up?
Yeah.
I'll leave a little bit on the end so I can hold it.
Piece along the bottom, so if you want to put life jackets up there or boxes or something, they won't slide back. That's all that's for. Been working at this for a few days, taking my time, but I wanted to make sure it's right. But this is Sunday, Memorial Day, a Memorial Weekend, and this is where we are so far. Aluminum floor. And then on top of that we have EVA foam, boating foam. So we got this floor done. This deck, we extended this deck from, let's see, right here is where the original deck stopped. So we added this on, put all the supports underneath, made a battery box, put a breaker in for the trolling motor, all those supports, and we put this floor in as well. And then we just made that piece that goes across the bottom, and we covered that with the EVA foam. Mounted a pedestal base here, and then mounted the trolling motor pad here. All aluminum for this job. My oldest son Rick got for us. He had this made for the trolling motor. Got the plug wired in, and we also got a quick disconnect. So it's getting there. Got a couple more things we want to do. We're going to put this EVA foam right here in this square. We're going to put it on this seat and this seat, and we'll pretty much be done, except for if I got a bilge pump to put in and maybe later on navigation lights, but other than that, that's about it. Oh, we got to put a depth finder. I got a depth finder. We're going to mount that right here. I've already got the bracket made. The gas tanks on the battery will go back here. And then inside this compartment is a battery switch so we can turn the battery off. Should be a nice little boat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Alright, so now that's ready.
What's that for?
For the battery cables to go through.
What you doing?
Skinning the wire so I can make a connection here.
For?
Battery cables.
You're not doing a very good job of explaining what you're doing for your YouTube channel.
I'm putting it in on here, with the crimping tool, because I'm putting a battery switch in, so I had to cut the positive cable and put two ends on to run through the switch. That's what I'm doing at this time. Let's see.
Look at that fancy thing.
This is a hydraulic crimping tool
It was
for making big battery cables.
has got all the stuff. Guess it comes with years of collecting. Let me see.
Crimps it. You don't want to solder. That's not good. So you crimp them.
Ta-da!
Day 3, this Memorial Day, Monday. Still working on the John boat. We've done a lot of work to it though. What we've done recently is put the floor in here. I got that piece mounted, which was done yesterday. Got this covered across here. So we got this seat here now we're getting ready to cover, and that will be it, I think. As far as the Eva foam goes, doesn't look bad. There's a couple places that aren't exactly perfect, but hey, this is the first time we've ever done it. Catch the same kind of fish though. Just saying. So we got the gas tanks, the battery in the back. Ran the cables into this compartment to a switch, battery switch. Got the depth finder mounted. It swivels and you front or back. I'm sure we'll probably get one a little better, a little bigger to go up front, but for right now that's what we got. Got this all done. The live well is covered. Solar motor mounted, wired up. Corey and Travis got a couple cup holders. Expensive little sucker too. Boat is pretty much finished except for a couple little wiring items that we don't really need right now. I cut the bimini top down 13 inches. It was a little too tall. It's probably a little too tall now. If it is, I'll cut it down some more, but it's all done. Got all the safety equipment up under the bow. Couple paddles. Got the fire extinguisher mounted. Got the pedestal up front. I left that in there for hold the cover up. Seats. But one of the things that's driving me nuts is this damn tongue is so long. I think I'm gonna cut about 1.5 to 2 feet out of it. That's the trailer after I cut 24 inches out of the tongue. So it gets everything a little bit closer. I can still put the tailgate down without hitting the jack stand. So we're all good. Looks a lot better too. We finally got the John boat the way we want it, everything added to it that we wanted to add. So let me show you what we've done. On the front, we added port and starboard light, so we can run in the evening or early morning if we want to. And go to the back, we added a stern light, and then switch panel I added, which one is for the bilge pump, and then you got bow and stern light. And I ran the wire into the front through this blue tubing just to keep it from chafing or getting messed up or anything. Then on the other side, I put a through hole fitting here, and then run a hose and mount a bilge pump. That way, if we get caught in the rain or something starts leaking, then we at least got something to get the water out without having to try and bail it or something else like that. So those were the only real two things that we've added. Chimney top cut down so it fits kind of perfect now. It's kind of low, so you're definitely covered from the sun, but you still got plenty of room if you need to stand up or something. But we got that all cut down. A couple of trailer things we did. We added guideposts. Because backing this little trailer up without being able to see it, kind of a pain. Made this bracket here, so when we're towing the boat, this isn't shaking or it was vibrating up and down. So I made this out of some PVC. Added some rod holders to that side. And I think that's about it. But we got it where we want it. We've actually fished out of it 2 or 3 times and taken it up some rivers, Rainbow River, took a trip up there, took a trip up Silver River to Silver Springs, and it does really good. Got it all done.